With all due honor and praise to the Most High, I worship thee through the divine image of my wives. Amen. Welcome to the Horseman Podcast. And I made it. We're back. This is season 2. We got a lot of stuff to cover, man. I've been gone for about a month and a half. On the road. A lot of events. A lot of things occurred. I got my boy calling in, my brother, my mentor. And we're going to go over all this stuff that we've seen in the past month or so. Miami, Florida, all the crazy shit that you heard about. We're going to talk about in a little bit. We're going to use a little code. So those of you who know. And if you don't, you don't. So as soon as he calls in, we'll get that cracking. But we'll go over some events that happened while I was gone. The Lakers out in the first round. Crazy. Lost a lot of money on that. And we also have the Nets who just lost in the second round. So it is what it is, and that'll be the sports coverage because I really don't give a fuck about sports. But other than that, fighting, we're going to talk about this Floyd fight. We were at the fight. I was there. I saw it. And I'm going to give my opinions on it. And my boy going to give his opinions on it. Other than that, it's Father's Day for those of you. My cup right here is a gift from my son. Shout out TJ and all my other kids, Titus, Tyson, Junior, Genesis. So this will be my favorite mug from now on, and I'll sip from it. Salute to all the fathers. Yeah, man. My family took me out to eat. It was great, kind of Benihana style. And there was a chef who thought he was the Asian dude from Hangover. That was entertaining. Had a bunch of racial jokes. But hey, all in comedy, I guess. We'll go for that. Clowning people about stimulus checks and shit. But whatever out there, I guess, is entertainment. It's all fun and games when you're teasing black folks, I guess. Other than that, Juneteenth was Saturday. Those of you who celebrated, barbecued, hung out, got drunk with your friends, and celebrated the end of slavery. Great salute to you as well. Just a little tip, though. Juneteenth was not the end of slavery. And we'll get back to that. I think this is my boy calling in. So I think we're getting Jay Kane on the phone. Yes, yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, Juneteenth was not the end of slavery. You could look it up. There were actually 2 states who kept their slaves so that their masters can get their affairs in order, Delaware and Kentucky, till December of 1865. You can look that up and check that out if you want to. But, details. Who really cares about the details? As long as we get to spend money and celebrate on a special day that the government says we can do that. So, salute. I'll drink to that again. Jay Kane. Oh, man, I can barely hear it. Can we turn him up? Yeah, I'm getting loaded today, man. Fuck it. It's Father's Day. Jay Kane.
I'm here. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Thank you. I appreciate the Father's Day to you.
Yes, sir.
All the real fathers out there.
We making it happen, man.
Happy Father's Day to Nico, Twin, Brick.
Yes, sir.
Block, Tuma.
Yes, sir.
Bull.
Yes, sir.
The Upper Bull. Big Mo. Red J. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, man. God bless all those dudes, man, and many more, man. Hopefully everybody stay healthy and children are healthy and, all that good shit.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I was just talking to the people, man, and, we're going to go over all the shit we saw, man, like during the fight in Florida.
Oh, my God.
Please go over the costume bodyguard.
Well, it's June 20th, 2021. We're blessed. That Floyd Mayweather fight and whatever Jake Paul guy,
Right.
they must send out a memo that regardless of your race, if you are a fraudulent person, a black pair of khakis, a black Dickie shirt, a tactical book bag, or what's it called, fanny pack, pair of black Magnum boots, sunglasses, you can work security.
Facts. I mean, people got to understand, though. I know we live in an age of like, video games, and we live in the age of Call of Duty, and we live in the age of all these, supposedly tactical training programs and this, that, and the other. But dressing like one of these dudes does not make you a certified bodyguard. It does not make you a verifiable G in these streets. So just because you dress the part don't mean you are the part.
Hold on, let me turn the truck off. Hold on. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
This is the funny thing, right? This is what's so amazing about the security world. Out of 100 clients in the world, we would say especially the hip hop, you can't name any hip hop artist with a budget that requires tactical protection. We just got out of a pandemic. These guys' budgets aren't what people think they are. That's number one. Then on top of that, these artists don't have the type of individuals around them, or the management does not going to break bread with type of tactical teams you need. Just because you can hire, see, this is how the security game is. It used to be a time in this business that when you was a protection, that if you didn't have proper training, you knew how to defend yourself. You had management skills where you could navigate your client through the proper bullshit of the urban world. Now this game has been so, because social media, they gave people that were 15, 17, 18, 21, 35, there were nobodies. They changed their identity, get some tattoos, grow dreadlocks, or shave their head, and they come with these stories. And people listen to them. How can an ant lead lions?
Facts. And even worse yet, what's going to be a bigger issue, and we talked about it before, all these cosplay bodyguards, these costume bodyguards, you flirting with a charge. You flirting with a charge of impersonating an officer. The badges,
Look at that.
wearing the badges.
Kodak Black had armed security. He got shot. Why his security got shot? Why didn't they do something? They're tactical Bobby Johnson.
Facts. I mean, you out there dressed like it, you look like it, but you have no training to use it. You have no training to be it. So everybody gets exposed. This is the summer of exposed. Everybody's getting exposed this summer. It's just the beginning.
This is the crazy part. You cannot move little baby like you in Fallujah or Baghdad. It doesn't make sense. Little Dirk is not traveling with SEAL Team 6. I can promise you that.
And not only that, you look like you scared in front of your own people, man.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. You look like you scared. You do not need a full tactical vest, a flak jacket, a body shield, a helmet, night vision goggles.
The escort French Montana. You don't need that.
Come on, my man. Come on, we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
If there ever was a time machine, I wish that God could go from 1988, I'll say from 1988 all the way to, I'll say 2014. If he could bring those caliber individuals back and let them be in society for 72 hours, all these skinny jeans, underwear showing, fraudulent ass guys with these backyard jiu-jitsu programs, and I went to Uncle Sam's shooting gallery to shoot, the world would change differently. Because now there's nobody accountable for letting these fraudulent individuals run rampant. It used to mean something we did executive protection. It used to have a value to it. Now you don't. Let me tell you. Imagine this. He's passed away now. Imagine if Puffy still had Wolf, and somebody had a tactical team pump faking with these firearms. It would be on the 6 o'clock news.
It'd be a bloodbath. Those of you who don't know who Wolf is, Wolf was Sean Combs' former bodyguard, passed away in the shootout in Atlanta.
Not just his former boxer, his equalizer. Just imagine this. Suge Knight, his claim to fame, when he had Big Jake, Monkey Man, Poochie, Nick Bone, Bungie, all them dudes. Imagine a tackle team coming to a situation where Death Row was there, when them individuals there, that really knew that gunplay. You're making more problems for yourself because you're putting your body bluffing. You're putting on this persona, and the threat isn't there. Then on top of that, you really not capable of having a threat. I told you, if you go from 2016 to 2021, you cannot name 6 bodyguards that exchange fire protecting their client's life. We're not talking about 6 guys that had a gun, 6 guys that actually protect their client's life with a firearm and exchange fire.
Returned it.
Or returned, or even pulled it out. You can't name 6 guys. In the past 10 years in this business, name 6 bodyguards for high-profile entertainers that happened.
Outside of ourselves, we can't.
You can't.
And that's the reality of it. If they're not checking the resumes of these dudes, if they're not checking the background of these dudes, or worse yet, if they're not coming to people who can verify these dudes, what are you paying for? What are you paying for?
The sad thing is, I can promise you, you can't name 120 bodyguards in the hip hop world that make $1,000 a day. You can't. I'm not talking about because Future came to Wyoming and they used the guard. No, that's not a bodyguard. You mean your local security. I'm talking about name 20 individuals that can show you a year's pay stub of working armed security for somebody $1,000 a day in the hip hop business. You can't. You can't.
It's all day on the European side though.
Yeah, I'm talking about our people.
Facts. And that should make you think twice. Our people, our industry is the most dangerous industry. Period.
Yeah.
Period. It's the most dangerous industry, and it's the least paying industry. But it's got the most applicants.
Yep.
Now figure that out. You got the most dangerous industry. You're more likely to get hurt, shot, or killed doing what we do. But everybody want to be one. Everybody want to be us. Everybody want to be out there. You ain't got no medical insurance. You ain't got no life insurance, but you want to be out there.
It's like since Toys R Us closed, Sports 30 models, they took the unemployed people that worked at them stores and gave them a black shirt, a pair of blue jeans, and some black boots. So you know what, my man, even though you was you stock shelves, you're the advanced guy. Even though that you was a storage department, you're the point man. Even though you was a custodian, you're the tackle driver. That's how it goes. But I'm gonna put that on hold for a second. This the thing that's so troubling me now. Besides the fraudulent people, you have all these guys from Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, all these white men talking about, oh, Martin Luther King didn't want this. You guys killed Martin Luther King. How was it? Then on top of that, you talk about Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali was an imposing black man, you guys didn't like him.
Tried to kill him.
He said he wasn't going to fight your war. He said he wasn't going to do this. But now he's a non-threatening black man that's feeble. You use these guys. When a strong black man is dead, you misinterpret, you misrepresent his words.
Yeah.
But when he's alive, you don't.
Facts.
He's the enemy.
Yeah. It's like they always say, man. If this society likes you, then you're an enemy of the people. If you're liked by this motherfucker, if you're liked by this government, if this government fucks with you, you're an enemy of the people. It's an oxymoron. If you get a pat on the head from this government, trust that you're an enemy of the people.
You can change all the stories in the world. You can't change facts. Look at the schools in Canada now. They're finding all these schools for indigenous people, 215 bodies buried. And Canadian government's like, yeah, we're putting $14 million to investigate it. It was your school. It was a government-funded school. You know what happened. So you took some people that were on this land before you came there, put this bogus religion on them, manipulate these children, abuse these children, murder these children. Parents don't know where they are. Now you're investigating.
Wow. Now that goes back to what we did. What was yesterday? Yesterday was Juneteenth, right? Yesterday was supposed to be the holiday of the freeing of the slaves. But how you gonna free the slaves, but then make it illegal to teach the kids about slavery? All in the same day, all in the same sentence. They made it illegal. They made it illegal in Texas to teach, well, Florida as well, I think, to teach kids about critical race theory, but at the same time gave you a holiday. Now make sense of that.
If anybody of any type of intelligence, and I'll go to say this, regardless of skin color, if you cannot see what January the 6th was, look at the narrative. Make that 15,000 black, forget that. Make it 15 black men that want to come on Capitol, assault police officers, break windows, use weapons, and watch you have 15 dead people. You had 15,000 people that assaulted police officers. You trying to tell me right now that Kemet George Floyd scared you guys to death so bad, or the black guy in Louisiana that y'all beat and killed, they were such a threat, but 15,000 white men, white women, cussing, screaming, yelling, beating, punching, and not more than one got killed. Every then on top of that, every police officer of Capitol Police, DC Police, should have fired every bullet they had. Then you got the government. Anytime you can say this type of shit happened, this was so crazy, right? Pardon this. They had this shit called a Patriot Act. So a guy named Daniel Padilla, he was from Chicago. They locked him up on the airline, said he had a dirty bomb. They sent his ass to Guantanamo Bay. Why was he the Patriot Act? But you got everybody that stormed that shit right there.
Ooh.
That Patriot Act.
That's deep. That's deep. I mean, Guantanamo Bay is full of people who don't even have charges. Ain't even been charged yet. Just under the Patriot Act, under terrorism. Just ain't been charged yet. But you got all these people who stormed the Capitol, and I can't even think of one person that's got a sentence yet.
Then on top of that, this was so crazy. I always tell people this. Excuse me. If you're going to put somebody in the Department of Corrections, why do you keep hiding these people in PC? If you hurt a kid, put them in general population. The cop that killed George Floyd, you wanted to be a tough guy, put him in population. Why is it that you baby these people? When they break the law, that's what you do to us. Oh, he's only 14. No, he's an adult. Put his ass in general population. But when it comes to them, they don't do that. No. You got 38 guys in DC jail right now in protection. No. Put them on there with them South Side. Let them see what it's like to be dealing with them niggas in the Southeast. Put them over there. Let them see what it's like to fight for the phone, fight for the shower, fight for the breakfast tray, fight for a bunk. Let them get that. Don't baby him.
Yeah. Well, one of them motherfuckers said he was a vegan. They had to get him some different food.
In prison in the state of Virginia, if you follow a kosher diet, by the state of Virginia, they have to appease you. So they'll send you to Buckingham Correctional Facility. That's a prison that caters to the kosher diet, but you're still in general population. Let me tell you something. This was so crazy. People don't get this. If you type in right now, Tank, the most dangerous prisons in America, it's going to be Alabama. It's going to be Mississippi. It's going to be Louisiana. It's going to be South Carolina, all in the South, because for years you warehouse men. Now, them saying, this is the crazy part I'm going to tell you. Lindsey Graham, South Carolina. If all them people, black people, got that much energy to harm each other, but you got this European doing all this slick shit, get him out of office. You already know about Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, get him out of office. All these states that have all these white slave owners still running shit for the government, but you got all these black people hurting each other, get them out of the government.
Facts.
If you can get sex, money, and murder, you can get the 12th Street Pyrus, East Street Pyrus, put 3 organizations, put some votes together, get these motherfuckers out of office. instead of fighting each other.
No, that's the realest shit you ever said right there.
This is what they say. Yes, Chicago does have a lot of gun violence. Yes. But you better believe Chicago probably makes more arrests for gun violence than New York City, than Los Angeles. They don't talk about that.
And got the strictest gun laws.
Yeah.
So make sense of that.
Yeah. See, it's all, you know why? Because Mayor Lightfoot is there. They don't want that.
Right. And you got to understand this, man. Any type of gun control is all based on controlling the people who are willing to obey the law.
Yeah.
Ain't no gun control for a criminal. If I was gonna be a criminal, I don't give a fuck about your law permit. I don't give a fuck about your gun permit. I'm gonna carry mine anyway. The only people you trying to gun control are the people who are law-abiding citizens.
100%.
But I said it before, and I say it again though. Any black person, any person of color advocating for gun control is an agent off rip. Because there's no way you could have George Floyd, George Zimmerman, and all these murders and killers walking the streets and tell me I can't carry mine. Ain't no way.
George Floyd assassinated. I'm sorry, I apologize. George Zimmerman assassinated. Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
He sold his gun for what, $1 million? That, I guarantee the guy that brought it was a European. I'm not saying this is me. I'm not saying all European people are bad. Don't even get me wrong with that. What I'm saying is the people that indulge into this racist mayhem, and now they're so scared that people like you and me, or like Jake and Bob, are going to actually take over. Let me tell you something, man. In my job, I work with a white guy. He told me a couple of days ago, he said, man, I'm actually afraid, man. I said, what are you afraid of, man? He said, I'm afraid that black people will attack me and my family. He said, man, I look at you like a brother. I said, hold on, why were they attacking your family? He said, man, because how the news is talking that black people are out for revenge. I said, look, you see what you just told me? That's what they want you to feel like. They want you to feel afraid. I said, because they know deep down in their mind that their families have done and destroyed black lives. I said, check this out. You grew up poor, right? He said, yeah. I said, did you have your own bed? He said, yeah. Did you have running water? He said, yeah. I said, when you did you have new clothes for school? He said, yeah. Did you have lunch money? He said, yeah. I said, did you have a TV? He said, yeah. Did you have toilet paper? He said, yeah. I said, so look, your poor is different from a Tyrone's poor or Lakeisha's poor or Erica's poor. So you see what I said? I didn't think about that. I said, now, did you live with your grandparents? He said, no. Would you live with your uncle? He said, no. I said, was your grandfather like your father? He said, no. I said, see everything you said? Now imagine the other end, other people that you come from a fifth generation of alcoholics or drug addicts. He said, no. I said, so just imagine that. You were poor, but look at society standards. Were you made fun of at school because you're clothes? Did you get free lunch? Did the goddamn principal ever ask you, or you come from a single family home, where's the dad at? He said, no. I said, just look at that. He said, man, I didn't think about it like that. I said, let me tell you this, right? This was so crazy. This is how America does people, right? That you don't think about. This is how programming is, all right? You could pick a massacre of everything in life if you research from every state besides Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
You got Victorsburg, 1874. You got Atlanta, 1906. You got Wilmington, Delaware, 1896.
Red Summer, 1919.
Yep. You got Philadelphia, 1985 and 45. You got Washington, 1579. You got New York City, 1863. You got Detroit, 1943. You got East St. Louis, 1917. You got Charleston, you got Charleston, 1875. And if you look at all of them black communities that were burned, butchered, raped, and robbed, it's because a white woman said a black man did something to her.
It's all facts.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. Look, I'm gonna do something for you, man. Imagine this, right? This is really gonna blow your mind. Don't you know? In one town, in Birmingham, Alabama, a black man was killed because the white man said his dog bit somebody. They can't kill him. So I'm gonna do one step further, you brother. Don't you know this, right? In one county in Alabama, one county tank, 123 black people killed by the police.
God damn.
In one county. We're talking about from 1815 to 1962. Just look at that. So you trying to tell me what they're trying to teach people shouldn't learn?
It's crazy. I mean, this is the reality. This is the shit that they don't want kids to know. But it's all facts. It's the truth. It's the truth.
So imagine this, right? This is people crazy. So a lot of black men and black women out here are married and have kids. In the state of Virginia, it was illegal for a black man to marry a white woman. That's not history. It's not history that we couldn't drink in the same water fountain, go to the same cinemas, read books, write books, have proper dental care, proper doctors. That's not history. It's not history that this on top of that it was forbidden for you to read a book. That's not history. It's not history. I always say this to you. If you have an Asian friend, his grandmother has family recipes. You have an Italian friend, an Irish friend, a Polish friend, a Russian friend. You go to black people, you know what they're going to say? Chitlins, pig feet, hog maw, collard greens, crackling, fatback, black eyed pea soup, Great Northern beans. That was slave food. Chicken gizzard, chicken liver. That was so all the shit in the world, you trying to tell me black people didn't have steak?
They're trying to call it fine cuisine now.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. But just look at the reality of it.
I mean, that's
the every beverage in the world, Kool-Aid and sweet tea is our beverages. And
I mean, that's the cold part about it. I mean, if you teach a generation coming up that none of this shit ever happened, then you could act like you don't owe us nothing.
No black family ever had warm milk with cinnamon. It was just the Mexican people. That we never had green tea or hibiscus tea. It was only the Asians.
It's
hilarious. People don't even realize the fucking bullshit of this. You want pancakes? It's Aunt Jemima? You want rice? Uncle Ben's?
Chicken sandwiches.
You want chickens? It's Bojangles? Colonel Sanders? What the fuck? You don't see this shit?
It's a cold game.
You go to somebody's house, they have a black dog. The dog's name is Spook. So, come on, man. I want to bet this. Let me tell you this. Me and Smitty, right, have had two white guys. There's a guy named Clay. Clay and Smitty played high school football together, was cool, all this. Best friends.
Right. They
probably even smoked weed together, probably shared porno books. Don't you know when Donald Trump got in office, Smitty saw what Clay really was? Me and Smitty were cool for a white guy named Boston. White guy, lived with his parents. I trained the guy because he wanted to go in law enforcement. Obviously, that didn't work out. He's still a security guard. He had a nerve to tell me during the Black Lives Matter protest, yo, I got a bug out bag. When it goes wrong and they start coming to kill us, I'm going to move to West Virginia. I said, Boston, listen, man. Who's coming to kill you? In the history of America, when have black people went door to door and killed white people and burned them down?
Never.
Now, in Elaine, Arkansas, when the sharecroppers came back because the soldiers came back from the war and they wanted to make a law and the people came, they defended themselves. I understand.
They got busy.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, when they try to come, they stood ground for that guy, for the black kid. Yeah, but when have they ever done that, man?
I mean, that's the cold reality.
Even if you watch the movie Rosewood, that was a true story. They didn't go killing black people. They didn't go killing white people. They defended themselves. Why is it so threatening when black men or black women or black children or teenagers want to stand up for what's theirs? All of a sudden, it's seen as invasion. Let me tell you something, man. Donald Trump is better than any Grand Dragon. He's better than any leader of the Aryan Brotherhood. He's better than any leader of the Nazi Texas lowriders. He's better than any skinhead, because what he did, he sowed fear at the highest level, and he had the goddamn proper machine, the propaganda, Fox News, Newsmax, Steve, Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, this fake Secret Service dude that was probably watching Sewers, Dan Biaggiano, and a few coons on there saying that stuff. How can you be a black man like Tim Scott from South Carolina, and you came from sharecroppers, you say this world ain't racist?
Mm-hmm.
A sharecropper means that you lived on the property and your pay was room and board. A indentured servant's got better treatment than that.
That's facts.
I'm going to blow your mind. I just told you about Uncle Ben. I just told you about Aunt Jemima. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, right? You know what they sell? Sara Lee pies, cookies, and cakes. You know who Sara Lee was? She was supposed to be an indentured servant from overseas. Why is her stuff so pretty, but our stuff so racist? People don't even think about that. Look at the fucking message, you dummy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's crazy? These young guys nowadays, especially like these young black guys that are cops, they don't even get what it really is. Because, my friend, it's great that you have a career. It's great that you have a pension. It's great that you have a union. But look what's really going on, man.
Right.
If you don't see the narrative, you can stop the bullshit. Every black guy's not a good person. Every white guy's not a bad person. But the ones that are fucking up, yes, they need to be chastised, reprimanded, and disciplined. But when the bullshit's really going on, you have to stand up for it. I'm tired of seeing these videos, these women getting disrespected or these men getting beat, and all we're doing is taping it. Hey, don't do that. What is that doing?
Right, holding the camera.
Holding the camera. Years ago, if two niggas was fighting in the hood and you held the camera, they gonna go on you. What, you the police? You snitching?
Getting your ass whooped. You the victim.
The narrative in this society has changed so much that if you have a son or a daughter, you really have to scratch your head and be like, what is really going on? Because they want to listen to me. I have nothing to do or against the LBG community at all.
Oh, speak on it.
How can any kid that hasn't gone through puberty yet be addicted to penis? I don't. You can't tell me on that, man. What do you see?
Right.
I don't disrespect Dwayne Wade.
It's
all cool. That's his son turned to a daughter. What's that little boy going to do when he gets to a certain age? And that big ass nigga with a rock hard dick try to put into him. Ain't no makeup, no mascara. Train him for all that. What you really going to do? How you going to have that talk to your son? Well, you might want to cock your legs back, son, and turn to the left. How you want to learn how to take that type of injection? That's the part that's so troubling about this society, that you have changed everything. So every person grew up in this world with some type of religion. Honor your father and mother. Don't commit adultery. Don't fornicate. Don't be a drunkard. Don't be an abuser. Homosexuality is part of the 10 Commandments. But you got priests marrying people, which is cool if that's what you're into, but don't put the Bible into it. Why always putting the Bible into something to be for your narrative? This is the funny thing, Tank. This is what they don't ever want to say, right? There was a white woman named Katie Couric, right? She was on the news. She said that Denzel Washington made her feel so uncomfortable, right?
I remember that.
I had to ask myself, my man, push the black button. No, that's white. The big black button up top. Keep going. One that has the white label, man. Yeah. Big. Oh, no, that's white.
It's the only place you can get this kind of information once again.
So look, once again, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay, sir. Look, people say see the black button. Go away at top. The big black button. That's small. Yes, sir. That's the big one, right? Yeah, now you got it. Bingo. So listen to me. Katie Couric said Denzel Washington scared her, right? So I asked myself, Couric, you work for the guy Matt on The Today Show, he was ass raping girls in his office. He had a secret button that could lock the door. So a nigga that's taking asshole on the street don't scare you. But a black man is saying Hollywood folks that scare you. That's what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A nigga that's ass don't scare you, but a nigga that say he's not Hollywood folks scare you. See, once again, or this will really get me tight. How is it a woman like Meghan McCain? Yes, her father was in the war. Yes, he was. Yes, he was a POW. Yes, he was. But also his father was a fucking admiral, and he got out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom, Anheuser-Busch, she has a fucking college degree in furniture. How is she a journalist? How this is so mad? Tank, I swear to you, man. I love protein powder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to make protein powder. I don't know how to butcher bison. Why is it that everybody who don't know about something always talking about something? If you haven't gone through what a black person's gone through, why are you suddenly a genius on it?
Facts. I mean, that goes back to our industry. Everybody got an opinion on what a bodyguard should do, except the bodyguard.
Listen, you and me work for the most nepotism shit in the world. How is it, if you've never been in a pencil fight, that you can tell me how to escort somebody? I'm cool for that. I didn't see people get punched in their face, chased around stadiums, but you are the person that could tell somebody how to probably move somebody, or how much security you need for certain stuff.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
The mere fact you need security means that you are either preventing something from happening or you feel unsafe. Therefore, it's out of your realm of fucking expertise, so you go there. If you want a wedding cake, your wife ain't making it, you're going to a baker. If your wife wants a wedding dress, her grandma's not making it, she's going to a place that sells dresses.
Facts.
So if we do security, then why are you asking anything other than us? Your only question should be is how much?
That's it. How much is going to cost me?
And the check will be cut this day.
Exactly. How much is this successful evening of me going back unharmed? How much is that going to cost me? That should be the only question clients should be asking.
But see, Tank, this is the thing too now. This goes for our people, and I'm speaking to our community. Jay and Tank cannot come into a room and you see us and protect us. Then we get the contract, then we leave and we put you on, and you show up and you look like Joey Chestnut's wing eating partner. It's not going to work right, dog. A lot of times this business is like going on a first date. Nobody's going to pick olive oil over Cherokee ass. It's just not going to happen.
She do got a big ass. But go ahead.
You can't look like something and go to the job and don't look like nothing. The client wants the three things.
That's right.
Your appearance and your personality. Mm-hmm. That's what sells the job. I just had a job a couple of days ago. I'm not ashamed to admit this. What's wrong? I just had a job a couple of days ago. I'm not ashamed to admit this. I had the job. I had to go. My second in charge out here, he had to go. The guy put on, he had to go get his kids. So I subcontracted the gig out. When I did that, the guy that showed up didn't fit the case. And the client told me, excuse me, I paid for something that looked like you, not for something that looked like my mom. Yep. So you know what I had to do? I had to be a gentleman and say, you know what, sir? You're absolutely right. How much? I said, how much would you be willing to pay me, sir? Because, obviously what you ordered, you didn't get. It's like being in a restaurant business. He said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I had to be humble. I had to humble myself and do that. And that was crazy, man.
Fact. Now that's important. You just said that. You had to give him what he ordered. And that's big.
So then I had to explain to the guard, look, it's cool that you have a gun permit in the CCW, but these clients, they want to feel secure based upon what they've seen.
Mm-hmm. You got to look like something.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
You got to look like something.
And you know what? That gentleman he called me back and said, listen to me. I apologize. I said, look, man, you was perfect. You were on time. You were dressed right. You had everything going for you but the appearance.
Mm.
He said, you know what? I'm honest with you, man. You keep the money and give me a year in training, and I'll come back to you and just pay me. I said, you know what? I respect that.
You got to respect that. You got to respect that. And listen, I say it all the time. You know, I deal with it at home. I have to go to the gym every day. It is a must. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I have to go to the gym. You have to put in the amount of time, and you have to look like you put in the amount of time to do this work. You can't be.
It's wrong. Nobody's saying you have to look like Lou Ferrigno to do security.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying, you have to be in some type of shape. Nobody's going to show up to a pit match with a pit bull versus St. Bernard. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work.
No. You have to look like you're putting in some type of training.
Yeah. You could be 6'2", a sleek 185 that's in shape and still be impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But showing up at 7'3", 225, that's not doing anything.
Looking like your job is eating ain't gonna help nobody.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna help nobody.
Your titties can't be bigger than the client's wife.
No, that ain't gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work, man.
That's not gonna
Travesty,
work.
man.
Now we talked about something the other day about motherfuckers appreciating the sacrifices. Do you think your family appreciates the sacrifices you make?
Honestly, that's a tough one to answer right there, because you gotta remember this, right? You in this business, I tell everybody, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your wife, whether it's your side girl, whether it's your street wife, whether it's your roster, your 1 through your 10, they got to know who they're dealing with. Because what I mean by dealing with not just means you're big, you're strong. Dealing with means your occupation and the time away you're going to have from home. Because this is a very selfish job. You're giving your time to somebody else, and you're going to miss everything at home. So the person that's holding the home front down, or the person that's in your life, they have to understand, excuse me, the man they're dealing with is putting their career before his family. And it's a tough pill to swallow, because a lot of times this job, you know, we might be gone, but might not be ducking all day, but just be on call.
Mm-hmm.
In the back of your mind, like, fuck, I should be home right now. But we both know this, that mortgage, that electric bill, that white bill, the homeowner association, that grocery bill, that daycare, that golf, that gas, the car insurance, health insurance, life insurance. You can't that comes with a price, man. Now, if you want to rent a room or live in a tent, then hey, you could do that. But to be successful in this business, you're going to have to sacrifice.
That's right.
Steve said some long time ago, in order to be rich, you cannot sleep. And it takes a strong woman to be in a relationship with a man, this type of job, man. Even your kids, because you're going to miss a birthday. You're going to miss things. And you don't want your kid to have resentment towards you, because no gift, no allowance can take place of a dad being there.
That's facts. I mean, you and me both, we've both dealt with it, and both been doing this for over a decade. Shit, you over 2. I mean, the sacrifices we have to make in order to be out here. Ain't no 401ks. Ain't no 401ks. A lot of times ain't no health benefits. A lot of times ain't no guarantees. Right?
Not at all.
You got to make it do what it do. And if you don't, it's a wrap.
When you're a subcontractor, it's like playing Monopoly. You got all the money. Now you have to learn how to properly invest. Because if you want to bodyguards that want to wear Air Jordans and fucking True Religion jeans and buy a Rolex, that's cool.
That's right.
What you do a year from now? The pandemic showed everybody in this world that is that not to be employed, is that easy to have to take everything on your chest. So you have to be very mature with your money, man. There can't be no vacations. You know that. You can't trick off nothing.
No, and that's the greatest example of getting comfortable. That's the greatest example of getting comfortable. There was a lot of motherfuckers who got comfortable doing what they was doing till this pandemic hit. There was a lot of motherfuckers who sat back, didn't save, didn't manage,
Yep.
and this pandemic hit, man. There's a lot of people out there in the streets right now. It's a lot of people gonna be in the streets right now.
Yep.
When this unemployment run out.
Yes.
You understand
And
what
I
I'm saying?
tell everybody this. This is what makes me so mad. You dumb motherfuckers, y'all ran up in the Capitol for some racist shit. Why y'all running the IRS building? If the world was closed, how the fuck are they still taxing you? And all them dummies that took us there, don't say, I apologize. I understand some people took stimulus checks because they had nothing else to do. It comes with a price. The government doesn't give you nothing for free but jail time.
Facts. They coming back for that shit. All that PPP money, all that PPP, PE, whatever the fuck. All that money, they coming back for it.
And this is the craziest thing I tell people. If you think that once they have your social security number and your address and they have everything dealing with your income, that they didn't set you up. They listen to me. When they gave you loans and these people did all this fraud, number one, the government's getting that money back because they have insurance on fraudulent money. So they knew what they were doing. It's like leaving the cheese off of the rat.
Right.
You know the rat's take it. And the rat knows there's a trap there. But you know, everybody wants to try their hand at something.
But you know this. They got to replace them beds. All those beds that went empty in them prisons. All those prison beds that went empty during the pandemic because nobody was going outside. They got to replace those beds. They got to put bodies back in those beds.
I tell everybody this. This is what's so crazy about this world, right? Anytime the federal government is having a lottery to give you $1 million if you take a shot. Anytime the state of West Virginia is offering a rifle and $100 to take a shot. When have you ever seen this government give anything away for free with no strings attached?
Come on. Never.
Then on top, this is what's so crazy. They will dress up anybody to look like who they want to sell something to and let him be the salesman. You know it's fraudulent. You've had. When have you ever heard this? Right? First, the disease only hit old people. Then it hit poor people. It only hit fat people. Then it only hit black people and Spanish people. Listen what they're telling you. That's like this. It doesn't hit the fucking gay population. It hit everybody. You can't keep. When you say something is designed for this people only, you know it's more to it.
Not only that, when they start giving away chicken and beer, you know who they talking to. They're not giving away country club memberships. They're not giving away nothing expensive. They giving you chicken, beer, and joints. Once they telling you who the fuck they want you to have it. They telling who they want to have it. Out the gate.
There's old Caesar's laws were made to appease Caesar. That's from Roman Empire. Listen to me. This government knows what to sell to get what they want.
Absolutely.
And that's I understand. If you don't realize, first of all, it was a pandemic. How the fuck did Chick-fil-A, Walmart, Target, and Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, and Amazon make trillions of dollars?
Stock prices through the roof.
Yeah, but you still had the NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, professional soccer. You still had all these events. Fuck, Dana White even still had fights.
Sure did.
So if you don't realize this is a money grab, you're insane. Now, just switch up for a second to go on some hilarious shit. Now, even with I changed topic. Even Jake Paul and Logan Paul, what they did in this business, they just took off the middlemen. Now, I can promise you this. You could go get Shakur Stevens, and he's a good fighter.
Yes.
He can challenge all these people. He's not going to make the money these guys make.
No.
There's no narrative to it.
No.
You can go get any guy. It's not going to be like it. No. And that's a sad thing.
I mean, but you gotta remember this too. In boxing, I just got through watching this documentary called The Kings on Showtime about Marvelous Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Duran. And the key to the success of those fighters and the difference between them and the Jake Paul and this, that, and the other, is the great white hype. It's the great white hope. I mean, you can say what you want about Floyd as a person, but as a marketing promoter, he's a genius. There's no way that you could tell me that a man who just made $100 million off something less than a sparring match is a bad thing.
No, not at all.
It's not at all. He's supposed to get that money. He's supposed to do that. Now the problem is you're gonna let Jake Paul, him and his brother, continue to masquerade like they did something. And I blame the media for that.
I gotta say this right way. The thing that works so good in this world is this world is a monopoly. You feed the narrative to the people that want it. This is a social media drawn industry. They know what sells because the money comes from, prime example, all right? If you go to any of these fitness pages, right, say Bradley Martin.
Right.
His fan base is 13 to 25. So he could do something that you could do, but the way they do it is going to draw more attention.
Right.
Like with Floyd, marketing and strategy, that's what's getting the dollars right now. Because sheer talent doesn't always get paid in this world. It's who likes you. Look at this. Look at the clowns that we know do security. A lot of these guys, you're like, this guy's doing security? I know a guy, to say his name. You know what I'm talking about. This guy was a repo man. I worked with the guy told the boss he gave his firearm to the pilot on a commercial. Like, what? This guy has straight course. This guy's got 7 books. You know, he's got a great client now, but I'm saying, when did this guy do any of the stuff he said he did? Well, you know?
I mean, but that's that's the whole game, right? The whole game is when the clients decide that they're going to do background checks on dudes to see if they're really what they say they are.
But that doesn't happen. Look, you and me know a guy. You and me know a client, right? One of the biggest stars in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Based upon he grew up, he was biracial.
Mm-hmm.
His white folks accept him. The black, where he's from, there's no black culture.
Oh.
He was fascinated with playing. He was intoxicated by Jay Prince. Mm-hmm. So he tried to live his life. And a guy came along because he grew up by the father, and the guy was able to show a black man being a strong father figure, and he got manipulated.
Yeah.
Prime example. I tell everybody, okay, I'll say this. You know what shadow success was with Jake Paul? Jake Paul's from buttfuck, Ohio. He's never interacted with a grown black man. He moved to a city that's kind of violent, and this guy represented himself that he had the keys to the city. I'm not sure why people say that. He had the keys to the city, and he was able to be bamboozled. Yeah. These guys, I consider them like pedophiles, predators, because they're able to work on young men's insecurity and boss them up a bit. It's like a pimp.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same time, these motherfuckers are responsible for their own beliefs. You believe the bullshit and don't see the reality of it, then you pay the price. I mean, you see it all the time.
We live in a world. What is this? Just be realistic. It's 2021. What is reality?
Yeah.
What is honest reality? Everybody's household has a different version of what reality is. Mm-hmm. Everybody, you can go in a house, right? Your wife might watch HLNN. Your mom might watch Fox News. Your dad might watch what's it called, MSCBN. Somebody else might watch fucking the local news. Everybody's gonna have a different perspective of what reality is because they're listening to things. You remember years ago, Bill O'Reilly told Cameron to his face, "Man, you're a disgrace. You're supposed to be a role model." 3 months later, came out this freak was jacking off on the phone to his employees. Or look at the guy. His wife was married. His wife worked for Hillary Clinton. This dude was laying down with his toddler, masturbating and FaceTiming girls.
Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, but these are the type of people they put. What is the reality?
That's right.
America is a circus, but they don't sell cotton candy. They're not selling funnel cakes. They're not saying candy apples. There's no clowns making weird balloons. We see all this shit in our life, and everybody wants to go to the circus.
That's right.
So when you avoid the circus, then you're ostracized. You're the black sheep.
That's right. That's right. And I think you and me know me and you know the best. Know this the best. The best thing we ever do to clients who don't believe, who clients who desperately think they can make it without us, is we show them. Yeah. Go ahead, try to do it without us. Go ahead. You think you can survive without us and not get touched? Go ahead. And everyone you can count, everyone we've left has been touched without us.
You could always say December 10th, 2014 at Live nightclub that Sunday. That guy got his eyes open. You could fast forward to All-Star Weekend, February the 15th in New York City at Kanye West Fashion Show, and him backstairs. Even before the backstairs, he got a reality check.
Come on.
The minute he went to the bathroom, his whole entire world was shooken.
Come on. Now that's reality. That's reality. And I take that same mentality in everything. When somebody desperately wants to know what life is like without you, show them.
Yeah. Show them.
Find out. Go for it. Find out. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like on them backstairs, at the end of the day, everybody gonna find out what's up. You either gonna be a man or you gonna be a bitch. And we're gonna find out right now. Right now.
When you have all that money, you have this illusion of what power is, and you realize your power around you has blood, skin, tissue, DNA, and that's not around you, realize you're nothing but either appetizer or 4-course meal. And he got a reality check.
Now, see, what you're saying is real because it ain't about money. They want you to believe that money makes you powerful. They want you to believe that the more money you have, the more power you have. It ain't the money. It's can you stand? Can you stand on your own too? Can you be a man? Period. Because at the end of the day, when the money can't save you from an ass whooping. The money can't save you from a gun click. You're going to find out real quick, and everybody's going to find out real quick this summer. The money is only as good as the men you hire. The money is only as good as the men you hire. I said this before on the show. The only way to stop violent men is to hire more men better at violence. It's the only way you're going to stop it.
Appaloosa.
Come on. Appaloosa, baby. Our favorite movie in the world. Appaloosa. Watch that movie.
Yep.
I ain't saying, what do you say? I ain't saying he better than us.
But they do what we do.
They do what we do. Appaloosa, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Next week's going to turn out at the BET Awards. Because, it's a lot of, everybody's finally going to be around everybody.
Yeah.
I got a phone call because this guy had a situation, I won't say his name. I'll just say what he says. I don't need security in the club. I got him on fire. They didn't call me 6 times because the guys he had around him got in a situation in Orlando, and they were supposed to be toting that fire, and he realized they didn't have it. They trying to get dressed up well before they come out here for the BT Awards.
Come on. And it's just like that. Who you assuming?
When you put warm butter on pancakes, they melt. You can't keep having these guys that talk about this is what they do, and they get in a situation they do an opposite of what they said they're gonna do. You can't keep advertising this was on the menu, and people want to buy that stuff on the menu. You ain't selling it.
Out of stock. You done talked all that shit. You done got to the big show, and you out of stock. Out of stock and
But
out of ammo.
I say this all the time to you, right? A lot of people probably don't realize this. Ever before, you know, what I say is always on fact. The greatest magician of this business, he's dead now, was Norm. Norm was able to come over here and bamboozle the industry.
Bamboozled the industry. Bamboozled the industry.
It wasn't until his final year before he died that everybody realized he was a driver from the Netherlands, that when the artists went overseas, because the artists always had homeboy security, they dressed and packaged up well, and he got over here. When he got over here, he said the biggest thing in life. He said, I was Nelson Mandela's bodyguard. Now, there was no rule that he was Nelson Mandela's bodyguard, so people took the story.
But before that, before he became Nelson Mandela, supposedly became his bodyguard, he was South African police.
South African police.
Come on. Now, what was you doing as South African police during apartheid? Come on. How is it possible that a motherfucker who was South African police during apartheid come to America and become the bodyguard of one of the biggest artists in the world? Hip-hop artists.
Yeah. Biggest hip-hop artists in the world.
Come on.
Like you say, it's show and tell. But then when his story started unraveling, then everybody backed away from him. Then they started realizing he wasn't what he said he was. Right. Then when people actually went to Africa and actually worked with the people from the military over there, law enforcement, and actually people on Mandela's thing, they realized this guy never worked for Nelson Mandela. What are you talking about? But came over here. Then on top of that, single time, if you're in America on a work visa, you cannot be around alcohol. You cannot be around narcotics. You cannot be around violence.
And you cannot carry a firearm.
So if you're on a work visa doing security in America, you can't even get to a verbal conflict because that's not what you're here for.
That's right.
But what we always say, you put a certain people in a suit, give them a pen, give them an earpiece, they walk behind somebody, the first thing the urban community is going to say, yo, he got the feds with him.
Scarecrows. Scarecrows.
Yeah.
They're scarecrows.
They know how to dress them up.
Yeah, you dress them up in a suit, put a lapel pin on them, give them a badge. Badges. With them bad boys. I got badges and badges. Yep. I can't stand these motherfuckers walking around with badges. Now, no disrespect, man. That don't mean you ain't legit or you ain't what you need the badge for. Who you trying to prove? Who you trying to scare? Y'all got to stop with the badges, man. For real, y'all got to stop with the badges. Because I'm telling you, it's going to take one time. It's going to take one time for one of these motherfuckers with a badge to get hit with that charge of impersonating an officer. And everybody's going down with that bad shit. Stop wearing these badges out here. You're not scaring nobody. Ain't nobody afraid of them fucking badges. PSA.
Not unless you're a school crossing guard, you shouldn't be wearing a badge. Not if you're not law enforcement. If you're not stopping the bus to go, why are you wearing it?
Right. If you don't have a fluorescent vest on, you don't need a fucking badge.
And the white gloves. You gotta have the white gloves.
You gotta have the white gloves too. Absolutely. Directing traffic. Yeah, we're gonna stop the badges, man.
This is the crazy part, right? Now that works well in the South. If you was doing security in the state of New York or DC or New Jersey, and the law enforcement saw you with a badge around your neck and had a firearm, you're getting impersonating police officer.
Yeah.
Because no security badge is for that. Not doing personal protection.
No. And you can, I know online they got badges with all kind of shit that say all kind of shit. Costume. Those are costume.
Yep.
Halloween. You understand? Dress up. That's what that is. That's not for you to be out in the field pretending to be law enforcement.
Shit, even if you work at Macy's and have a badge on and apprehend somebody from loss prevention, you can't just attack them. That's not what you're there for.
Exactly.
So how you have a badge doing executive protection?
It's the craziest shit in the world, man. I saw it all day long. I saw it all day long in Miami. I mean, in Miami, they was wilding. They had the full, you know, gameplay, cosplay outfits. I mean, god damn. Nigga sweating like a motherfucking pig. Can barely
I
move.
seen a guy, he had a security badge on. He had an EMT badge on. He had a first aid kit. He had a tackle bag.
And a parachute.
I said, only thing that you're missing right now is a stretcher. Oh, that's in the car. All right. Who are you working for?
Right.
But
now listen, man. We not. Don't get us wrong. We're not trying to make fun of. We're not trying to make fun. Yeah, we are, but still, we're not trying to make fun of you, motherfucker. We got you. Somebody told you it was a good idea, but we've been saying it on this show, and you know, they flood the IG page and the DMs like when we coming back. So I understand, but talk to people who's been in the game for a long time, and then they'll tell you why you shouldn't do these things you do. Stop listening to new booties in the game tell you how to act and tell you what to wear.
This is the funny thing, right? As far as the badges thing, right?
Right.
I had a shirt one time, right? And the shirt said, well, it said FBI, right? I never forget this. I was on stage. I was a 50 Cent. The FBI. And the shirt said, "We meant full-blooded Indian," right? When I came off stage, he told me, "Please take that shirt off. You cannot 50 Cent wearing an FBI shirt." I said, "Shah, you know, my grandmother's Indian. I got the shirt for my." He said, "Look, man, Jason, that's cool, but you cannot be wearing an FBI shirt. So if I can't wear a T-shirt, it means something else. I'm wearing a badge." This man reprimanded me, about to have me beat the races out like I was a child in school over a T-shirt.
Right.
But that's what it was, you know. I said different era.
Now, check this out. Horseman Law story. And you know this already. Now, if what we wear is so unprofessional, if what we wear, the outfit that's been laid out, the uniform that horsemen have been wearing for years, for decades, if that uniform is unprofessional, tell me that the entire industry has not been copying that uniform for the past 10 years.
Oh my God, yeah.
Tell me that. Now, a client that we ain't gonna mention, we're not gonna say his name. He was so worried. Him and his people were so worried about the uniform that we was wearing. They tried to tell us we need to look more like, I have no idea, Secret Service agents dressed in suits and ties. Yep. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Dressed in suits and ties. Right?
We were in New York City.
Mm-hmm. New York City. Dressed in certain ties.
It's crazy. You forget this. You and me went to Macy's for an hour and we couldn't even find a shirt to fit us.
Trying to look more professional.
Yep.
Trying to look more professional. Now, come to find out, motherfuckers were so worried that we might get paid to wear what we wear. They were so worried that we might get some type of endorsement deal out of being us.
Yep.
That they wanted to stop that. And to this day, the people who continue to work dress like we do. Now,
except for the one guy that wore the bright yellow pants with yellow shoes and shorts.
Right. Right. And that ended badly.
Yep.
Badly.
Ended badly. How both people can put on IR. Yeah, bro. This is insane. One guy judo toss, other one got there and met Sleepy Joe.
Exactly. I mean, but it's the industry.
But look, you got to go one even further. All right, we were in Las Vegas working, right? And we left when I forgot what mall it was. You know what mall it was. I don't know the name of the mall.
Uh-huh.
And we only had a short period of time to get dressed to go to the gym to meet the client.
Right.
So we went to the store called Tilly's, and they had these shirts there, and the shirts like represented us.
Right. That's
And
right.
it was metal. We wore the shirts.
That's right.
We wore the shirts so well that the motherfucking owner. We talking about 2009, 2000. We talking about 2008.
Yep.
The owner of the fucking shirt company put us on his website. His exact words were, "Even Mayweather's bodyguards are dressed in our apparel."
Mm-hmm.
We knew nothing about it.
That's right. That's right.
We go to the weigh. We get told you can't wear the shirts because the helmets they had on are considered Nazi helmets. We're like, okay, well,
I remember that.
but the socks that you're wearing from the same company.
You talking that metal militia shit?
Yeah. So
metal militia,
we all took off our shirts.
I remember that.
So I'm going to. Metal Militia was so impressed, they made our own line of shirts for us.
That's right. Put Horseman on the shirts.
Yep. Yeah. The white ones. The white and black ones.
The white and black. Yep.
We guys signed a contract with them for the shirts. They get mad.
Yeah.
Then they tell us don't wear the shirts. We're like, cool. We took off the shirts. Everybody had on black matching tank tops.
We wore that shit to rehab. Remember, we wore it to rehab.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look, I hate to break this to you. There's no Fruit of the Loom tank tops only come in two colors, either gray or black. Unfortunately, we all bought the same black pack.
Now, come to find out, the reality of it is, when we move with such force and power that nobody wants us to be independent.
No,
that's just a fact.
Remember the same shit with the tap out shirts.
That's right.
Because this is the funny shit. We were wearing tap out shirts in 2006 and 2007. Nobody was wearing tap out shirts.
Nobody.
We wore tap out shirts. The motherfucker, I never forget this. Dana White puts you on the cover of the newspaper Las Vegas. Floyd hates the UFC, but his security loves the UFC. They had a picture wearing a tap out shirt in front of the gym.
Yep. I remember that. Yep. Training camp, Mosley.
I hate to break this. When we left the gym to go to work, you're sweaty. We don't have time to go back to the hotel and take a shower. The stores we went to only sold tap out, Metal Militia, and Curly.
What you mean the stores? Those are the shirts that they sold at the gym.
At the gym, yeah.
Yeah, we took them from the gym.
Yeah. That was a 24-hour fitness over there on what was it? I forgot what street that was.
Yeah. But that's always been the case though. I mean, we know that the highest
look
rating,
at this.
We know that the highest rating HBO show was 24/7, the security episode. We know that.
You know the crazy part is, Tank? What award is that? A Tony Award.
Right.
We didn't even get our awards. The producer Jack told us this was the highest rated, most viewed episode when you guys wanted to pick up the car and we showed the daily life of you guys.
Yep. That's right. From the hotel to the pickup to the training camp.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I said,
it got so bad. Jackson took you and me to the fucking HBO people that pitched the show, and we're not gonna say the financial advisor's name. He told us that we couldn't do a show and still work here.
That's facts. That's absolute facts. I've been saying that for years, though. The only way we could be controlled in the industry before we got with the people we're with now, the only way they felt like they can control us is through the money.
It's through the money.
It's through the money. Any other way, we were uncontrollable. So you had to threaten us with the money because we're family men. Being family men, we took care of our families. So the only way you could stop us from doing something or keep us at bay is to hold the money over our heads. And they did that for years.
You gotta go stuff. You and me wore these shirts. What's the name of them shirts? The Roots of Fight shirts. This would be the crazy part. We put the shirts on, not trying to get accolades. I got documented proof of the company. Yeah. We put the shirts like Metal Militia, just like Tap Out.
Yep.
The owner of Roots of Life put on there.
Roots of Fight.
Roots of Fight. Drake is covered. Drake is shadowed by two monsters wearing Roots of Fight shirts. Now we're not even putting the shirts on to get nothing from the company. We like the T-shirt.
Facts. As a matter of fact, the funny thing about it is, the Roots of Fight had a Mike Tyson. He had a Mike Tyson line.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And you knew Mike Tyson was my favorite fighter. So just because they had Mike Tyson line, I made sure everybody had a shirt.
Yep.
Everybody had a shirt.
This is the crazy part. You had the Mike Tyson shirt on. I had the Cassius Clay shirt on.
Yep.
I took a picture with the caption underneath of it.
Yep.
I can promise you that you and me didn't get together. Yo, we're gonna wear these shirts on here, right? And we're gonna jump in front of the camera, come out there. I promise you that wasn't the mission.
No. And it wasn't really. It wasn't even with the client. The picture they used. The picture they used. Remember, that picture they used was with Rihanna. It wasn't even with the other guy.
It was with Rihanna. Yep.
Yeah, it was with Rihanna. It wasn't even with the other guy. So they used that picture as promotion. Never paid us. No, I never got paid. You never got paid.
Yeah.
But they were so upset at the idea that we might have got paid, that we might have had some money from the shit, that they tried to institute a fucking uniform.
This is what we always tell everybody. When you have these bodyguards around you wearing local homeboys t-shirt, or first of all, no bodyguard in America should be wearing a t-shirt or sweatshirt that says strong arm protection. You're trying to sell your brand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every picture you got, or you follow behind your client in your car and you got the fucking stickers on it, Black Hawk Security. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Marketing and promotion, man. They're trying to market and promote.
Or taking a picture of your client standing in front of your truck.
Yeah. But once again, I think the difference between us and everybody else is we're not known for the client.
Nope.
That's the difference. We are not the most YouTube, whatever they call it, these fake ass YouTube investigators who keep trying to figure out who we are. I done been called. Yep. I done been called so many goddamn names. People think I'm so many different people. You know, I done been Chubbs and Detail and everybody else done made up all kind of motherfucking names of who I am. We'd have been so many different people because they can't get to who our true selves are. You don't know who we really are.
Remember this. The Breakfast Club was interviewing Jeezy. He just came out with the song, him, Cardi B, and A$AP Rocky. I can't think of the name of that song. He was doing a promo for that.
Right.
Before they asked about the motherfucking song, the question they asked the guy, DJ Envy, hey, didn't the guys that protect you, didn't they used to work for Yellow Boy? And the second thing was, shit, they were going to beat my ass because I was with Charlemagne. They were looking for you, Charlemagne. And the third thing was Charlemagne was like, yeah, I don't know why they was mad, but Yellow Boy put them on me. The fifth thing they asked him was, what made you do a collabo with Cardi B and A$AP Rocky? How is it you go in a promo situation, sell your shit, but your first four questions are about the guys that walk behind you?
Facts. Now, the sad part about that is, yeah, we pulled up Charlemagne. Yeah, we snatched. Yeah, we pulled him up. But it had nothing to do with Yellow Boy.
Nope.
We pulled Charlemagne up on the fact that Charlemagne, on several occasions, got on the radio and said that if you want real protection, get you some white boys with a gun.
Yep.
Now, he said that several times.
Yep.
Now,
and we pulled his ass up in a noble room at the iHeart Award show. He was the most humble. He put down his goddamn. He was eating spicy tuna sushi. He put down his sushi, apologized, said not what he meant to say. It was misinterpreted. It came out your mouth, nigga.
It came out your mouth, and you said it. And you said it on several occasions.
Yeah.
Now you're not finna say that. And the two motherfuckers who've been working for the biggest stars in the industry for the past decade plus, the same motherfuckers, one of which done been involved in every major incident in hip hop for the past 20 years. Run It Back, 50 Cent.
Yep.
Run It Back, Cash Money, Young Money, Wayne, Drake, Nicki, Ross, Meek.
Missy
Elliott. Run It Back. You not finna say, get you some real security, some white boys with guns, because you can't find effective security with niggas. You not finna do that with black men. You not finna do that. I ain't finna stand for it. So you damn right I'm gonna pull you up. You damn right Jay Kane will pull you up. Because we've been doing it.
Yep.
And the resume proves for itself. We've been doing it. Floyd.
Yep.
Steven Jackson. Shout out to my man, Steven Jackson. Raymond Felton.
Yep.
I'll see him shortly.
Allen Iverson.
Rudy Gay.
I forgot about him, yeah. As soon as he signed that $65 million deal, hell yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. You're not finna do that, man. You're not finna do that. It's only a handful of brothers, two of which I know, that has the resume that we have and has done what we've done. I don't know nobody else. So, no disrespect, but I don't know nobody else. Jay Kane is the only man I know that's been putting it down for the past 20 years in every major incident that motherfuckers can bring up, we've been involved in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's just keeping it real. And if you don't believe it, look it up. Google it.
I was at the gym, right? I was at the zoo gym, right? I'm lifting weights, and Charles like, yo, this guy's looking at you. The guy's like, yo, man, by any chance, you're Jason? Like, yeah, man. He said, what's up, man? He said, I'm Klaus. I'm Dr. Dre's bodyguard. Hey, how you doing? I said, I remember you said some of the vibe boards that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I stabbed. So I saw him again 2 weeks later. You know what's so crazy, man? I was on the outskirts of Des Moines, Iowa at a gym. I was the only black guy at a gym. I met this white couple in there that was training. And the first thing, we started talking, and the guy's like, yo, when I was in California, I went through a stretch of bad time. And Jay Kane made sure me and my wife ate every day and looked out for us. He said, how the fuck was I in a location in Iowa and people knew you? That's how you know your reputation is beyond big, man. I said, man, I just try to put good work in everybody. I try to be a decent human first.
Facts. And we judge people. We judge people not by how famous they are, how solid they are.
Yeah. And we judge people not what you look like, what color you are, your character of a man.
Fact.
That speaks volumes of who you are. Come on. You could be he and still be the greatest man in life. You could have leprosy and still be I can learn something from you, you know?
Come on. To this day, one of the dopest clients I've had is a man by the name of Greg Lansky. Held me down for years.
My co-worker is an ex-college football player. He's a white guy. Me and this man had the most heartfelt talks about being a man, being a father, just being a good person that have morals and scruples and ethics, you know. Me and this man break bread for hours. You know, he might not be as big as me. He might not see anything I've seen, but through his eyes, he knows what a real man is. Through my eyes, I know what a real person is with a big heart. And we have great conversations about life.
Right.
And that's rare because me and him work around a cesspool of bullshit. We just don't try to get our shoes dirty.
Facts.
So there's good people all over. if you take time being a good human being, you're going to find them. And stop letting the narrative be with the bullshit. Yeah, we know this world's fucked up. Yeah, we know those people don't like us. Yeah, we know these people like us. But long as you get caught up in all this bullshit and do know right from wrong and try to be productive, take care of your family, be an adult, live your life as an adult man, you can be successful being a deep fryer at Wendy's. Just make sure you set your family up.
That's right.
You know, stay.
That's right.
You can't be a bodyguard Monday through Friday and Saturday you at the club getting drunk.
Nah, it ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. And you know me better than anybody. You don't see me unless I'm getting paid. Unless I'm getting paid, you don't see me. I don't be out. I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym or at home on the couch.
You don't get that.
Period.
You can fuck on this world. Every day that you turn the news on, something bad is happening. Yesterday, the people at the game, whatever the thing was called, Pride Week, whatever, they had a situation. 2 days ago, they had a situation. You go to the mall, they had a shootout. Every day is something. If you ain't got to go out and surround yourself around people, don't do it. But if you go out, you need to be in your P's and Q's. Watch everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to work for a celebrity. When you take your wife and kids out, you're on a security detail. Your job is to get them from point A to point B safe. That's
right.
how crazy the world is.
That's right. And I don't care what nobody tell you, man. Stronger together. I don't care what nobody tell you.
Yeah.
You know,
and you got to realize, there's a reason. Listen, man. When you start seeing homeless people in Beverly Hills and Bel Air in tents, you know something bad's about to happen in this world, man.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen any homeless people tent set up in Beverly Hills or Bel Air. That's right. I'm not talking about LA. I'm talking about what these $1 million homes are.
Yep. Straight up tent cities.
Everybody is out on the streets now. Everybody don't have no money. Everybody thinks they're owed something. Everybody's trying to chase what they think they lost. Everybody's mad and upset. Everybody has a different perspective of what a mask was, what a mask wasn't, what the virus is. You have a lot of confused people. There's too much racial rhetoric in this world. Something's going to kick off in this world. Then on top of that, the most dangerous people in this world right now are the easy and impressionable 15, 16-year-olds that somebody gave a firearm to and tell them to go do something. Mm. Or these young people that are racially motivated. He's black, he's gay, he's Indian, he's this. That's right. You know? Look at this. Look how they switch it around. You and I both know, this is no disrespect. I've had a few good ones. There's some nice Asian people in this world, but there are some Asian people in this world that are more racist than whites or blacks. Mm-hmm. You can't say because the Asian person got beat up that it's all racially motivated, man. Come on now.
No, you can't.
You got to stop with the bullshit, because once you got to stop fear mongering. You keep everybody can't be scared of everybody.
Can't be. And you can't compare. You can't compare some old people, some old Asian people getting punched in the face to an Asian man shooting a 6-year-old black kid. Those are uncomparable.
But you know what's crazy? Realize this thing. They're perpetuating a sense of fear. Now, the Asian elderly people got hit, right, by a lunatic, because no one should touch elderly people. But the Asian man that might have shot the kid, which one's going to hype up more? See what I'm saying? You got to remember, every news channel needs them ratings. So it's all how you sell the story. Mm. Look at the prime example, right? I don't know. It was a warehouse or something, right? I don't know where they worked that day. Yellow shirts on. I think it might have been Amazon. Mm. This pregnant girl got to her coworker. We don't know what was going on. She called her boyfriend up there. Yeah. The boy, first of all, had no type of situation because the guy had kicked with him. Came out there, and the guy definitely probably wrestled in high school.
Oh, definitely. Belly to belly.
Got his goddamn, the duck butter beat out of his asshole and embarrassed. Now, how they going to sell it is that the guy attacked him. No. This guy came here because his girl told him. Remember that they only show the action. They don't show what led to that.
Right.
That's how the kid does it. But that's what sells. If you have more people in this world scared of people that look like you and me, that's going to sell it.
Yep. No, I saw that. I saw that. You sent it to me. And,
yeah.
And what nobody's not talking about is she had no business having that man come up there knowing he was unprepared.
Yeah.
If you know your man can't fight, shut the fuck up. I suggest
Or
you.
at this day and age, right? At this day and age, if you have a situation at work where you feel threatened and uncomfortable, you can go to human resources. That's the most non-violent approach. If you don't want any repercussion, boss, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to upper management. I feel threatened. This guy keeps calling me out of my name. At this day and age, because no company wants to get sued, they will take care of that. But by you calling your boyfriend up there, you're going to lose your job now. That's number one, you're pregnant. Number two, you got your boyfriend got humiliated nationwide, and he's probably going to leave you now. So now your baby is going to have out a father for the first 2 years. The guy can actually press charges against the guy. Like, come on, man.
Come on, you putting everything at risk, man. You putting everything at risk. If your man ain't that, if your man not that guy, leave that alone. What we say? If it ain't worth killing, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Leave it the fuck alone. Ain't no need in getting caught up in it.
It's a sad world, man. It's an extremely sad world. I tell you all the time, man. I'll finish on this. When they finally do, I said this case. These are three things that's going to come out. When they finally do this stuff with Ahmaud Arbery, it's going to come out that he was dating a girl in that neighborhood. That's number one. All right? That's anybody that's ever been Brunswick, Georgia, and Glenn County, no areas down there. You're not going to just go to that neighborhood.
Right.
That's number one. It's a horseshoe neighborhood. It's one way in, one way out. That's number one. All right. Number two, the people in that neighborhood didn't like people to look like you.
Facts.
All right. Now, yes, it was bad what happened, but you have to know, you always have to be aware of your surroundings, because you can't determine or dictate how somebody's going to act towards you.
That's right. That's right. And we're still awaiting the Breonna Taylor situation to be handled.
That's never been handled.
You see that? You see how that got swept under the rug?
Yeah. But
no charges, no cops, nothing.
This is the thing. We both know this. If you want an apple in the government apple tree, they know how to squeeze you. One thing about this era we live in right now, these are the most appeasing people ever, because all you got to do is give them one thing and then limit everything else they want.
Yep. Even if it ain't what you ordered.
No.
Even if it ain't what you ordered. Niggas ain't order no goddamn Juneteenth. Niggas I ain't never met a nigga that said I wanted a holiday to commemorate the end of slavery. Wanted reparations, but you got a motherfucking holiday.
I just want an apple to give you a treat.
Hilarious.
Now, like applesauce, apple butter, apple pie, apple fritters, apple muffins, fried apples, candy apples. That's fun. Not knowing you don't want the treat, motherfucker, give me our orchard. How about that?
Exactly.
That's what. But like I say, once again, first of all, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton,
yo, you cutting out. You cutting out.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
There's got to be more lawyers. Yeah, there's got to be more lawyers than Crumb and Lee Merritt.
Yeah, got to be. Come on, man. Come on, and that's a whole nother day. We'll have that discussion another day. Yeah. But there's no way in hell Crump and Lee Merritt can be the only fucking black lawyers to represent every person.
Sure.
And the settlements, man. And the settlements. Come on, dog.
This is the part that people don't realize, right? If you and me shoot somebody in Texas, right? Lee Merritt comes to represent. He can't represent us because he's not from that state. What he has to do is hire counsel from that. So all he is the face piece, the mouthpiece to the public, but he's not the actual lawyer in our court case, because That's the law.
Mm. Mm. So
See,
so
people don't get that.
all he can do is negotiate settlements.
That's it. Look, years ago, I was innocent. I had a plethora of charges, and where it was all federal because the people who, the people who got this case closed now. The people who got beat up were from one place. I was the assaulter. I was from another place, and it happened in a place that's federal. So therefore, the feds took the case over. So I had to go to federal court. Now, two of my lawyers were from Philadelphia because the person I worked for then, but my main lawyer was from Washington, D.C. Right. But the two lawyers that are from Philadelphia, those were the mouthpieces. See, people don't get that. Now, if you look at all these cases that they're on, yes, they have the publicity because they are the mouth, but they're not the ones talking to the judge. Now, a civil suit is something different because the laws go differently, but criminal case, they can't be there.
No, yeah. And I think that's the misconception. The misconception is that they have some kind of say in whether or not people get charged or what the criminal charges are or convictions. They have no say so. They're not involved in that process at all.
Because if you look at it, one of Breonna Taylor's was a white guy. Mm-hmm. The lawyer for the guy that got shot in Wisconsin, I'm not sure of his name, the young guy that got shot about the car situation.
Right.
One of his lawyers is a white person. So but the faces is Lee Merritt and Crump. But you saw when the black guy got killed at the Wendy's in Georgia, mm-hmm. Lee Merritt and Crump had to give the case to them. So it was like a cold case where media-wise they did it, but court-wise the local lawyers did it, and that's when people started to realize, okay, yeah. But like basically, they are Al Sharptons and Jesse Jackson of the community. Facts. And people have to stop giving them power because it's a publicity scam. We understand travesty happened, but you can find any lawyer in America, but everybody wants the case to get seen. Nothing is done out of compassion. Pardon me. It's all done out of revenue. We know that.
Of course. I mean, shit. Money is the language, right? Money is the language everybody's speaking.
You box of Girl Scout cookies, even they charge.
Mm-hmm.
What I always tell you, can't mix bleach and milk together and tell me it's going to be healthy to drink. It just won't work.
At all.
One will give you vitamin D, one going to kill you.
It's facts.
Well, shit, I got to jump back and go back to work, man.
All right, man. I ain't going to hold you.
All right, brother.
So I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit, brother. Be safe.
All right, you too. All right, folks. That was Killer Jay Kane. Only place you're going to get all that information is right here on Horseman Law, RS Media. It's the only place you're going to hear all that info. A whole lot of people got shit to say, but only a few of us are willing to say it. So, hope you enjoyed it. It was cool. Season 2. It's gonna be like this. We're gonna have some more guests. I'm gonna bring in some more callers. We're gonna get Jay Kane in the studio. You guys gotta remember, I know I get a lot of DMs and people hitting me up wanting to know, when the show's coming back and is the show gonna be every week and this, that, and the other. Y'all have to understand, I am an active bodyguard. I'm not retired just yet. So I go in the field, and when it's time for me to go in the field, I go in the field. We're going to try to set something up to where I can do the show from the field on the road, but we'll get that for you. So just be patient with me, work with me. I'm trying to get you the information as much as I can. I'm trying to entertain. This is entertainment. So I'm trying to get you guys up to speed in our own special way. We make fun of a lot of stuff. We talk about a lot of shit, but if you pay attention and if you listen, you'll get the jewels, especially if you're trying to be in this industry. especially if you're trying to be a horseman, especially if you're trying to be a bodyguard. Listen to these shows, run them back, and catch the jewels. And if you catch the jewels, then you'll benefit from them. Every week we're gonna try to drop something that you guys can use and utilize, and we have real conversations. I'm not gonna say this is barbershop talk because I don't go to barbershops, so this is just really how we talk after a shift or at the end of the night or whenever we get to the hotel or whenever we get to our rooms. This is the shit we talk about. So I'm just giving you guys some insight on how we talk and the things we talk about and how it is out there. And if I said something or if Jay Kane says something that you don't agree with or it hurts your feelings or you know you feel away, you know, you should probably do something to us when you see us. Other than that, you should shut the fuck up. And I'll close the night like I always do. With all due honor and praise to the Most High, I worship thee through the divine image of my wives. Amen.